Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at some r/am I overreacting? So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening along to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Am I overreacting for thinking my boyfriend is being dramatic? Well, let's be the judge of that, shall we? First, he wants to complain about marriage issues and now food issues. Maybe you guys are right. Should I just leave him and kick him out? Clear, concise, and to the point. I like it. Let's have a little nosy at these people's private messages then, shall we? OP is in green and the turd burger is in white. I think that's white. Might be grey, actually. Who knows at this point? So they say, I have to get ready for work. Please make sure to eat something because I won't be home until at least 10 p.m. Why do you have to work so late? I'm so effing tired already as it is. Why don't you just take today off as well? Then maybe we can sit down and sort this whole wedding stuff out together. I'm not going to work today. Don't feel very good. Why is all we have to eat leftovers? There's literally nothing to eat in the fridge. Welcome to adulthood. If you really cared about my appetite, you would have made me You would have made something for me to eat last night. You have hands and you are a grown adult, my friend. Make your fucking self something. Whatever. Where do you keep the emergency money? I don't get paid for another month and I need something to eat. So where is it at? Blank, you better effing answer me. You're the one that refused to make me food last night, so you need to tell me where it is at. We have food in the fridge, and I'm working, so please don't text me unless it's really necessary. I already said there's nothing to eat. Is there nothing to eat though, turd burger? Or is it that you just don't want to make anything out of the things that there is in the fridge? Are you just being lazy? OP then says, there's plenty to eat. Make yourself something to eat. I'm sorry I fell asleep last night and didn't have time to make you food, but you're 26 years old. Wow. You should know how to make your own food. You didn't have your parents cook for you all the time. How am I supposed to know what to make? You should know how to make food because it's your job. Oh my goodness. That is where he would be told to remove himself from the premises and do not return. So that's your excuse? I don't care what you say about it not being a man's job to cook food. You should know how to do it because it's a life skill, regardless of who grew up as a living chef. Yeah, literally. This actual... How do you actually find yourself attracted to that man-child? That is what I want to know, OP. I'm impressed that you manage it, to be honest. He would repulse me. So, down in the comments, Nope Ninja Squirrel says, do not marry this guy. Yeah, I agree. Swearing at you, saying it's your job to cook him food, unable to make himself a sandwich. So many red flags in a brief text exchange. The entitlement and disrespect this man-child is displaying are staggering. Run from this relationship. He wants a mother and a servant, not a partner. And then Totally Dogsome says this, and do not have unprotected S with this man. In fact, you should stop having S with him altogether, since he is a child. Next post, am I overreacting if I stop talking to this man, with a red flag emoji? We don't even have any context, we just go straight to the message for this one. So, red flag guy is in the grey and OP is in the blue. Red flag guy says, well, I'm a fan of learning and reading new books, boo. Lol. Do you like reading? And then OP says, I do. I have an entire Nancy Drew collection. Red flag says, I don't think I know who Nancy Drew is. Is that some smut shit? What? Now, I've never read any Nancy Drew books, but even I know that that's some older books. And then the OP says, I thought you said you like reading. Laughing my butt off. Christ. Nancy Drew is like the Hardy Boys. It's a really old mystery series. And then red flag guy says, I'll check that out, but I'm more into Dr. Seuss and self-help books. Honestly, if anyone ever tells me they're into self-help books like that, it's a bit of a red flag, I'm not gonna lie. Self-help books are on their own are not a bad thing. It's when people go hardcore for them and live and die by them, I'm a bit like, you're one smartphone away from starting to make TikToks telling people how to live and you're selling your £1,000 a month course on how to succeed. I know how much women like those smut books, though. Do you drink or smoke the crazy flower? What an odd way for the conversation to branch off. after what you were talking about. So down in the comments, Colo Kelly says she should not f him in a box. She should not f him wearing socks. Mr. Pink Gold says she should not f him here or there. She should not f him anywhere. And then Persona Non Corpus says she should not send him a reply. She should not talk to such a guy. Not in a box, not in socks, not with a mouse, not in a house. I do not like these message spams. I do not like them. Sam I am. Next up, am I overreacting? I've been living with my mum while I undergo chemo, and I am starting to think that she is abusing me. Christ on a bike. Using a throwaway account for personal reasons, but for the last year and a half I've been living with my mum after being diagnosed with a form of stomach cancer. It's still decently early and I have good odds, but it basically forced me to halt everything and focus solely on healing. Here are some texts between us. Just a small snippet of a day in the life. There's way worse. I took videos of her screaming at me, yelling at night at the top of her lungs that I didn't care about her or I'm killing her. I decided to move back in with her because cancer is expensive and basically everything I had saved has gone into it. The lack of energy, the chemo, it just kills me and it's a struggle to even get up some days. My mother is all I have. I have some friends, of course, and they were the first I asked to crash with for a while I focus on healing, but nobody had room. So back with my mum I went. It's been hell. I feel like maybe I'm overreacting a bit, but I don't care. I just need to vent or I'll explode. This has been hell. She's bleeding me dry. Not only has she basically guilt-tripped me into a life insurance package just in case I don't make it, but she is guilt-tripping me to lie to the state for max food stamps. I have to do everything around the house. She sold my car and kept most of it for bills and rent. I'm beyond tired. My skin is bruising. I'm dropping so much weight. I want to leave, obviously, but I'm backed in a corner of my own making. And due to the cancer, I have no ability to leave financially, so I'm stuck with her in this never-ending hell. Is there no way, considering there is a medical issue involved like cancer and the person is incapacitated to a decent degree, would they be able to get in touch with adult social services and just be like, my mum is doing this and that and the third, this is what's going on, I feel at danger, or at least like I am not being allowed to heal properly, could you help me? And then would they be able to? Would they be able to step in? Because of obviously the OP's weakened state. So obviously the shithead mother is in grey and the OP is in green. Shithead mother says 2 cartons of Reds, 3 bottles of Pellegrino, the large kind this time, bag of Fritos, 2 litres of Coca-Cola, toilet paper, the largest package. Please make sure you understand this order. I'm tired of having you get the wrong things. Also, you need to unpack the stuff still in the car. Tonight, please, before 9 p.m. I don't want to be woken up when I sleep. I am getting really tired of that too. And then the OP replies, I'm still at chemo. Wait, are you not picking me up then? I can grab these things after I get home and I've rested for a bit. Piece of shit then replies, oh, fuck me, I forgot. Jesus, I guess I'll get this. But the car needs to be unpacked today. No ifs and buts. And then OP replies, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, but trying to force someone who has literally just gone and had chemo to do jobs around the house is disgusting work. Like, what the hell? Let this poor love rest. And then piece of shit says, when does your stamps renew? It's declining. Also, I need $100. The lady came by again, and since you can't work anymore, I need to make more money for the extra cost of having you here. So I'll do Herbalife. Oh, for God's sake. We need to do some anti-MLM too, don't we? You are lucky someone took you in. OP says, the 2nd of the month, but they email me about an appointment because I need to renew it and I don't want to keep lying to them, so I'm just going to tell them I'm living with you. Oh, okay. So I did wonder in what capacity they were lying to them. I'm assuming then maybe like the OP wouldn't be entitled if they're not living alone. Is that what that is? And then piece of shit says, the f you are, we need the max, continue as usual. Just tell them you're homeless. You don't work, I need the money to feed myself. I'm old. To feed myself. Notice that there. She genuinely is blatantly saying, I don't give a shit about you. I just want your money. That's financial abuse as well. Top and tail of it. Financial abuse for sure. because she's literally making someone lie to get these food stamp thingies. I don't know how food stamps work, obviously. I'm in the UK, we don't have those. But like, yeah, forcing them to lie to get them so she can use the money. And you're putting a lot of stress on me. OP says, but I don't want to get in trouble. I can get in trouble for this, and it's been really freaking me out. I can't lose the state insurance I have. It's barely covering my chemo and meds. You know I'm thankful. I do everything you ask. And then piece of shit says, you live under my roof. I have rules. The rules are food stamps, max. Help me as much as you can since you won't get a job. It's not a won't, love. It's a can't. She's having chemo. Our neighbour went through chemo and she still worked, God rest her soul. Yeah, because not everyone's is the same strength, same issues. Like, I hate when people do that. I have this thing, so I don't believe that it's affecting you this way. Yeah, because funnily enough, illnesses affect different people in different ways. That woman is a disgusting piece of shit and an absolute abhorrent excuse for a mother. And she is also financially abusing the OP, for sure. OP needs to do something. Go somewhere. Like, I don't know how, but something needs to give. This disgusting behaviour. So, Radio Carpet says in the comments, check your credit. She's going to open credit cards in your name, guaranteed. Then OP says, my credit is destroyed already. She did this when I was 19 for a new car loan, but she never paid it off and I'm still dealing with it. Wow. I find it insane how over in America you can just take someone's social security number and open credit in their name. That's nuts. Like, that seems like an extremely flawed system to me. And then Silly Goober 1324 says, what the fuck? Is she trying to get the whole bingo card? You might have to stay until you're off chemo, but please go whenever you are and cut all contact. It's seldom to say someone deserves to die alone, but I think it's true for her. I'm so sorry. Try to set boundaries if you can. She might desperately need what she's taken from you. If you can in any way dangle that over her horrible head, you are morally absolutely allowed to do so. Yeah, literally. I mean, the OP doesn't even have to tell her mum that she's told the food stamps people, like, the truth. She could just say, oh, they've reduced the amount I'm getting. Sorry, they've said that no, I'm not allowed to anymore. Like, she doesn't even need to explain why. She can just say, I don't know why they've said that. They've just said I can't anymore. Next post, am I overreacting for leaving my girlfriend's family dinner after what her dad said? My girlfriend, 27F, invited me, 28M, to a family dinner to finally meet her parents. We've been together for almost a year, so I wanted to make a good impression. Dinner started out fine, until her dad started asking me about my job. I work in IT, and while it pays well, it's not some high-status career. So, it pays well, so who cares? Why do you need high status? After a few questions, he smirked and said, so basically, you just sit behind a computer all day, not exactly the kind of guy I imagined for my daughter. Everyone kind of laughed awkwardly. I tried to brush it off with a joke, but then he added, maybe someday you'll get a real job so you can actually support a family. I mean, the OP's just said the job pays well, so why wouldn't they be able to support their family? I felt my stomach drop. My girlfriend just said, Dad, but didn't defend me beyond that. I quietly excused myself and said I wasn't feeling well and left. Later that night, my girlfriend texted me saying I embarrassed her by walking out and that I should just let it go because her dad was only teasing. No, your dad's a bellend, love. Sorry. But also, I imagine that the OP's girlfriend has had to put up with a lot of this sort of stuff and nasty comments her whole life, so maybe that's why she's just like, oh, he's just teasing. Don't worry. I honestly felt disrespected and don't think I overreacted. But now she's acting cold and says I owe her family an apology. Reddit, am I overreacting for leaving? No, not at all. And your girlfriend needs to pull her head out of her ass and realise that her dad is not very nice and that he is a bit of a prick. And to tell him to stop making nasty remarks. So, down in the comments, Stormfly16153 says, you deserve a better partner who values you enough to stand up for you. I would explain that maybe in the past he's always acted this way, and although she may see it as teasing, that you don't appreciate being taught to that way, and having your career minimised. Tell her it was disrespectful, and if she would like this relationship to continue down the same path, that you would like an apology. And then Sonia Seifert says, the dad is a bully. No way a kind person would behave that way the first time meeting his daughter's partner. She is used to the awful behaviour and for some reason cannot see how bad it is. Her doubling down and complaining of you embarrassing her rather than her father embarrassing her is not a good sign. Yeah, exactly. Last post for the day. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend never likes what I wear. I never expected I'd end up in this sub, but here we are. My relationship of a year has been on a rocky patch recently as my boyfriend seems to have an issue with everything I do, and I'm painted as the crazy overreacting one. This is an example from last night when I was going to a dinner with my girlfriends. I never flirt with men, I don't go clubbing, never cheated, and don't have social media. He's my first boyfriend. You can see my outfit on the last pic. I'm trying to communicate to him that trust is important, but he always lashes out and then blames me. Am I overreacting? Right, so let's have a little looky then at these messages. So the ass hat is in grey and the OP's in green. Ass hat. I don't appreciate you dressing like that. I already told you many times. Well, ass hat, I couldn't personally give a f***. People dress how they want to dress and you can't tell them what they can and can't wear. OP. Like what? A dress and a coat? Ass hat. You're trying to show off. For whom? Twat. OP. What the F? It was me, friend and friend today, and you know it was a special day. I wasn't wearing anything inappropriate. You think I appreciate when my girlfriend dresses like a easy woman? Easy woman? Even friend has noticed your dress last time. You think I don't mind it? I'm an adult and I can wear whatever I want. I'm sick of you trying to tell me what to wear, what to do. It's always the same thing. I'm just trying to look out for you and can never appreciate it. Did you talk to any men there? Oh, here we go. There we go. Run like the wind in the opposite direction, OP. This is not someone you want to be dealing with. I told you it was just me, blank and blank today. I didn't speak to any men. Of course. So you're trying to tell me that no man tried to talk to you while dressed like that? No. What is your problem again? I don't engage with any men, never did, and you know that. If I get approached, that's literally not my fault. Surely that outfit is asking for it. Wow. And at those words, there is a long line of women that just want to slap ass hat, isn't there? What an idiot. You know what? Blank was right. Maybe you're too much for me. What do you mean? I'm just trying to look out for you. You're always so dramatic, says the one kicking off over a dress and a coat. Always blowing things out of proportion, says the one kicking off over a dress and a coat. And then the OP shares a picture of what is a very covered up dress and a coat. They're wearing tights, black tights, a nice coat, and a nice dress, which isn't revealing in any way, shape, or form. It's just a nice form-fitting dress. What the hell? Like, they look great in it. I think the problem here is the OP's boyfriend is well aware that the OP is far too good for them, and they are punching severely. If I was in front of the OP right now, I'd be saying to them, if you don't break up with this man, I'm going to snatch your phone and do it for you. Get him gone. He's no good. Anyone who tries to tell you what to wear, what you can do, who you can be friends with is no good and should be put in the bin immediately. No one has a right to tell you what you can and can't do, what you can and can't wear, and who you can and can't speak to. Like, he needs to grow up. That's, honestly, those are the actions of a very petty, childish, immature man. And probably very insecure as well. So, down in the comments, Cucumber Koi says, oh my life, the slit is below the fingertips and everything. This would pass my high school dress code. He killed me with the, why can't you appreciate my slut shaming? Laughing my butt off, literally. And then the Shellfish Crab says, you could full on wear this outfit to church on Christmas in addition to high school, so modest and cute to boot. Not that it really matters. She could have been wearing Rachel Green's lingerie dress and he still would have been out of line for speaking to her in that way. Literally. Okay, I think that's going to be it for the day. If you've made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation into the cult of void. Welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you're having a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.